Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Hello, and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Freema on this great Wednesday, you guys. I hope everybody's having a great work week so far. Most of us are off, for Thanksgiving holidays. Hope y'all have something thankful. I hope y'all have something to be thankful for, which everyone does. We woke up this morning, right? And remember what I always say, be kind, be kind, be kind. You never know what the next person is going through. So today we have on a special guest. He goes by the name of Vin. He's with Reality and Resolutions. So I'm going to allow Vin to tell you a little about himself. So let me bring on Vin. Hey, how are you today?
Good.
Good. I'm glad that you took time out the day before a holiday to come on Let's Sip and Talk with Freema. I appreciate that.
You know I support you, man.
Of course, I appreciate it. Hey, Melvin, thank you so much for tuning in, and happy Thanksgiving to you too. So, Vin, tell us a little about yourself. Get us acquainted.
I am Vin. I am 43 years old as of 3 days yesterday.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday. Seemed like I should have known that. I don't know.
I appreciate it. I am one half of Reality and Resolutions. Okay. There's actually 4 of us now. So I am the producer also, and I am the let's just say co-writer of Reality and Resolutions.
Okay, so for the ones that may not know exactly what Reality and Resolutions is about, do you mind giving us a little feedback on that?
Yeah. So Reality and Resolutions is a pod platform, not just a podcast. We are a whole platform. We have our own website. We have our own social media, which is still in the works. We have our own apps, which is still in the works. And what we try to do is bring insight to the culture. Our whole platform is about being unsilenced and uncensored. So we speak about things that most people would be scared to talk about, or if you do talk about it on a different social media platform, they will cancel you. So we're all about bringing the real and the insight to our culture.
Love it. And that's what we need. That's something I kind of go by. And I think that's how we end up, getting in cahoots, because we like to speak on things that people dare to talk about, but it needs to be spoken of. So hello, Sedarius. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. So as we all see the title here, let's just dive in. The title of it is A Foster Kind of Life. So the reason we came up with that is why, Vin? Give us a little back history on that. What does that mean for you?
So for me, I am a person that was not raised with 2 stable parents. Mm-hmm. I am a person that has been bounced from household to household in my whole childhood. I don't really have a stable guardian. So I've had multiple guardians throughout my life. I've went to every high school I've went to. I've never stayed in a high school for more than 2 years. Oh, good. I've always transferred every year. So I guess as the audience will see, that you will learn a lot, not just having 2, I guess what we call it, stable parents. Mm-hmm. Like when you have your mom and your dad, you will learn a lot outside of that, and there's a lot of different insight that you would have living that type of lifestyle, especially when you were kind of forced into it.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, as we can see, and with this show, I go with the flow and I go by what's stated. So as we can see, sometimes our background, or all the time our background, should never define who we are as adults, and some of the reasons I do Let's Sip and Talk with Friends, because I feel like from one's journey, we can learn from each other. We can get motivated from each other's stories. So just that little bit of you telling us, and then or before that, telling us what it is you do with reality and resolution, we still can become somebody, even if we may have been bounced around in our childhood. So how do you think that molded you with who you are now? How do you think that molded you, your childhood to adulthood?
Me personally, I
Wait a
think
minute. For some reason they said they can't hear you. So Darius said, can anyone else hear him? Someone let us know if you can hear him well or not, because I can hear him fine.
So on my side, it says you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, so Darius, they say they can hear him. I'm hoping y'all can. It's not on my end. If someone would let me know. I'm going to assume they can hear. Seem like someone would have said something by now. I'm hoping. I see some viewers
Now,
on.
let us know if y'all can hear.
Right. Okay, so we must go on. Hopefully, okay. One said the audio's messed up. And one said yes, they can hear. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna remove you and add you back just to see if that has anything to do with it. Oh, okay. Then, can you say something?
Yeah.
Can you hear? Stacy. Okay, they said they can hear you. It just sounds kind of funny. So I'm gonna ask you to do this, Van, and I'm so sorry, but we know with technology things happen. Can you go out and go back in?
You want me to like click out of it and
click out of it all the way and click back on the link.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
You guys, you know what we always say, some things we just have no control over, but it's no reason to get upset by it. You know what I mean? So, hey, things happen, but we got to keep on rolling. We can't get upset by it. And that's just what it is. Because if we get upset by every single thing that go wrong, we'll be some upset, angry individuals in this world. And we can't live like that. We just cannot do it. We cannot do it. That's definitely possible. So I have him going out and coming back in. So hopefully that'll work. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I really do. This is a story, a journey that I actually never had on Let's Sip and Talk with Freema. I never was able to actually speak on a topic of being bounced from home to home. So this is very intriguing for me. I want to learn from it. I just want to see how he felt as a kid, and how did that come into his adulthood, because I know a lot of us that goes through things, we tend to carry it. I've spoken with a lot of individuals that say, okay, I've been through this as a kid. That's why X, Y, and Z now. And, some people just can't understand it. I understand, Alan. I understand. I get it. Alan, we getting back in the groove of things. We've been missing for a while, but we getting back in the groove of things. We're going to be back like we never left. But yeah, how we be like, oh God, I went through this in my childhood. That's why I'm acting this way in my adulthood. We can't allow that to hold us back. That's not good. We cannot allow that to hold us back. We got to keep it moving. If for any reason, let's see. We're just waiting for him to come back. Looked like he tried just now. But yeah, let's not allow our past to dictate our future. let's not allow our past to give us or allow us to make excuses for ourselves. We must strive for greatness. We must succeed, and we must do what it takes to get there. We can't sit here and ponder on or dwell on our past, things that happened to us that we're not happy about. We have to learn something from it. We have to find a positive out of every negative situation there is, regardless how you feel about it. You find something positive. And I know a lot of us are like, how am I going to find something positive out of this horrific situation that just occurred? I don't know, but you have to figure it out and you're going to have to learn from it. And that's just what it is. Let me see if he's reaching out. I would hope we don't have to postpone it and do it again another day because I really want to talk to him. But we may have to. Oh, God, let's see. Let's see.
All right. Got me?
Yes, I was hoping we didn't have to postpone and do
Yeah.
another date. So Darius said, that's right. We must do what needs to be done and keep living life to the fullest as it's given. Absolutely. Again, I was just kind of piggyback off what you were saying, as far as your childhood and how some people hold on to that and make excuses in their adulthood.
Yeah.
So we're just going to dive back in. How did you prevent yourself from doing that?
I think the guardians that I had around me kind of helped me with that. They always told me, you know, always be yourself. Don't necessarily let stuff like that get to you and affect how you live, because most people outside of you aren't really going to care about that. So you have to keep going. Nothing. The show don't stop for nobody, is what I was told.
Absolutely. And for the ones that may be just joining in, we did have a little technical difficulties, but we got over it. We're talking to Vin. He's the co-founder or founder. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it a founder or co-founder?
Mm-hmm.
Of founder of Reality and Resolution. It's a podcast platform. He does it all, y'all. He does it all. So he's speaking with us about his life, his journey. He stated that he bounced from house to house in his childhood, and now he lives to tell his story. And again, he's motivating somebody right now. I always say, if you could just reach one person, we did our job. So don't give up. Regardless of what you go through in your childhood, never, ever give up. Do you find yourself thinking about things that you went through in your childhood? Negative things that you went through. Do you find yourself going back to that space?
The only time I do go back to a negative space from childhood is where I was in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
The way that I blew through a lot of money, I regret a lot of that. A lot of that. And I wish that though I had good guidance from
Right.
different guardians until I got to my 20s, I wish there was somebody there in my 20s that could have helped guide me financially.
Right.
Versus me doing a lot of dumb, stupid shit that we do
Right.
when you young black men. I blew through a lot of money. When I tell you, like, I blew through over $100,000.
Woo, probably fast.
I blew through a lot of money, and I sit back and I look at it now, and it's like, damn,
Right.
you fucked that up. You could have did a better job. But that is the only thing I do look back that kind of gets to me sometimes. But they taught me when I was younger, the show don't stop for nobody. You have to keep going. I learned that as a lesson. But I think that memory of that teaches me never to make that lesson ever again.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for the little people or maybe the parents, and I know this is maybe a kind of, I don't want to say a hard question, but a kind of question for the children out there that may be the little Vins that, don't have the stable parents, or maybe the parent that know they can't provide for their kid. What kind of motivational words would you give them to let them know you must keep going?
The best advice that I can give to somebody is what someone taught me when I was younger. Um, some things are meant to be experienced and not to be taught. And if you don't want to
Mm,
go through the same shit that I went through, it's best that you save your money for the future versus flossing for the now. That's
mm.
the best advice I can give. I think that there's never a such thing as too much money. Never a such thing as too much money. Like you could be balling to the point where, say, you buy $200,000 car.
Hmm.
There's somebody out there with a damn near $1 million car.
Right.
So stop there and don't get settled. Don't settle there.
I love
So
that.
yeah, again, the best advice is save that money, man. Don't be stupid like I did and blow through it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of us do that. So, for the younger kids, that is some great advice because even in high school, I don't remember being taught about finances.
Yeah,
I don't remember being taught about credit and all that good stuff. So at a young age, that's something we definitely need to teach our youth, our children, something that they need to know.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause,
But
yeah.
again, it's to be experienced and not to be taught. I'm not saying that we shouldn't warn our kids.
Hmm.
We should warn them and let the warning be a warning. And I think the experience will be a bigger effect than the warning from the adult, in my experience.
Do you think they'll appreciate it more when they go through the experiences themselves rather than someone actually just telling them?
Yes, I think that if you tell them and you kind of harp on it to the point where they don't want to hear it,
Right,
when they put that money, everybody, dog, I don't care like who you are, unless you just don't indulge like in our type of culture,
right.
you gonna blow some. You go spend some money on something
Absolutely.
stupid that is not going to be worth anything within 7 to 10 years. You got to let them learn that lesson. There's a lot of parents that think that they can just tell their kids and their kids understand it. No, they ain't
Right.
gonna understand it. You got to let them like fuck up,
Yeah.
literally. You got to let them fuck up, fall down on their ass and fall down in their face and pick themselves up, and then they'll they'll remember that warning that you told them,
Right.
and that
And
will
they'll
help.
start to believe you more. Okay, mom was right. Dad was right when they said
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
been plenty of times my mom would say something in my head. I'm like, she don't know what she's talking about. Knowing she's the adult, she's wiser than me, but I still felt as that teenager, I knew more.
yeah. I'm the same way, and feel like a dumbass, man. Once you get to even 40 years old, like it's you can never stop learning shit, man.
Yeah,
Never stop.
absolutely.
And having different, multiple like parental guardians around me.
Hmm.
All the guardians that I had that I can say were extremely financially stable.
Hmm.
And the advice that they gave me is a little bit different from the advice that I got from my uncles that weren't as financially stable.
Mm,
It wasn't until I got older that I understand both sides to a certain extent, but I understand that the parents that were married and financially stable, they was completely right. And most of my uncles that
wow.
weren't married, that weren't financially stable, most of the shit that they, would kind of tell me how to do and how to go about it was fueled from emotion. So I learned that at
Mm,
an age also. Yeah. So I think another good word of advice to adults too. Sometimes you make emotional decisions and that shit comes back and bites you
I
financially.
love that.
That shit'll kill you financially making an emotional decision, man.
That's
But
something we might have to talk about on a Friday night.
yeah,
That's a great topic.
emotional decisions, dog.
Emotional decisions, because a lot of us are unaware that those are decisions we're actually making. We're going off emotions.
We're conditioned that way. And you're always going to have some type of emotion that you want to be better when you come up in the struggle. That's the
Mm,
only way to think. But imagine if you're out the struggle, then your mindset is different. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I wanted to blow over 100 grand because I never had over 100 grand. But if I
Right.
ever had over 100 grand, then I understand what to do with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's some great advice, then. It really is. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us that we may not have discussed, that we did not touch on, that you want to put out there in the universe?
I do want to put this out there. I normally do get flack for this,
Hmm.
but again, I'm the founder of Reality and Resolution, so I don't bite my tongue. Um, when it comes to life decisions, I think regardless of how you were raised, that if you did not master thyself, then you cannot master others. I think the
Mm,
best advice that I can give is master thyself first before you get into something and create a life with somebody else. And if you can master thyself and they can master their self, then you both can come together and master it all. That's the way that I see it. And that's how I was taught.
I love it. I love it. You gave us a lot of wisdom, a lot of great words tonight. Absolutely, Kevin. Absolutely. I appreciate it. I normally in my interviews, I don't hold individuals long. I know everybody has a grind. Everybody got things to do. I know you're busy. Again, I appreciate you, Vin, for coming on, sharing some of your journey with us. I would love to have you back on a Friday night so we can have an open discussion to talk about emotional decisions that a lot of us make and don't even realize it. Now, Friday nights, my hair is a little more down. We cut up a little more. We talk a little trash on Friday night. However, a lesson is still learned,
Yeah,
from our discussion. So I would love to have you on a Friday night. We can definitely talk about that later on.
definitely.
Then again, I appreciate you. You guys, thank you guys for tuning in so much. Make sure y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Again, everyone has something to be thankful for, regardless if you feel like you're not blessed. You woke up this morning. You may have a job. You may have children. You got clothes to put on your back. Like all the little stuff that that you feel is little, but it's huge. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have the capabilities
A
of having someone to talk to. Something just that simple. So be thankful for the things that you do have
lot
and
of
stop
people don't
dwelling
have
on the
the
things you
food.
don't have.
A
I
lot
didn't
of
hear you.
people don't have the food you going. I said a
Absolutely.
lot of people don't have the food tomorrow. So shit, be thankful, dog.
Be thankful. That's all we're saying. Be thankful. Um, Again, something I always say: compliment somebody. Make somebody's day. It doesn't always have to be monetary. It doesn't always have to be just, hey, you smell good. Or hey, you look nice today. I hope you have a great day. Just be nice. Choose your
Yeah.
battles. Choose you. And that's all I got to say on this one. As we
Yeah.
always say on Let's Sip and Talk with Freema, peace and love.
All right.